Hey everybody, Snail, teaching you how to play chess on Chess Ultra here on Steam. I'm not a good teacher. I'm a terrible teacher, but I do know how to play chess a little bit, and I thought you might like to learn. And I tried to teach my kids a long time ago, and I never really followed through with it. So here's an extra lesson for my little ones, and you're welcome to follow along. I'm just going to go over the basics real quick in this video. Just talk about what the pieces do and the original, or I guess the overarching theme of the game, which is to capture, okay, not kill, capture this piece right here. This is your king. The entire game revolves around this piece, who is consequentially a very weak piece, as you'll learn as the further we talk about each piece's individual characteristics and abilities. But the entire game surrounds the king. This is the king, and your entire objective is to capture him, and by capturing him, you have to move your pieces. Let's say that I'm the white player here, and the black piece is here. I'm trying to capture the black king. And to do that, what I would do is I would arrange my pieces in such a way that if he were to move at all, my pieces would capture him or kill him. So anyways, to get there, we have an entire cast of characters here that help us in this play. And it starts with the most basic, the pawn. This is your front row. This is your pawns here. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pawns. Each pawn by itself, very weak. It can only move in one direction, and that's forward. And it can only move really one space, except for its very first turn. Its very first turn, it can move 2. But every subsequent turn is just one space. And it can attack. It can attack units that are directly diagonal in front of it. So if there's a piece here, it can't do anything right away. Later, there's more advanced rules where if these two butt heads in the middle, let's say that white pawn is here, black pawn is here, this pawn can trade places with black pawn and capture black pawn. But that's way advanced. We don't care about that. We just know that they can only move 2 spaces from the outset, and then after that, 1. Like, you don't have to move this guy 2 spaces from the beginning. He can go 1 space. That's fine. You don't have to do, 2 spaces. But know that he can only attack 1 space diagonal. So if, like, there's a horsey, the knight, is directly in front of him, he can't hurt that horse. It has to be to these corners here. And then after our pawns, we'll go in, like, I guess, ranked, like what, where they are ranked on the board, is your bishop. This is your member of the clergy, who's very powerful as long as the piece he wants to fight is on the same color as him, because your bishop can move diagonal. See how this one's on a black square? So this bishop can travel all the way down on any black square as long as his path is not obstructed. And that's also how he attacks. So if this black pawn was sitting here on this black square, yay, he gets him. That's how he can travel the whole board. He's real powerful. He's also not that he's kind of low on the value, right? It goes not very valuable at all. The most important piece, and then kind of important. And the next one up right here is your knight. Super important. He offers the most mobility because his movement is absurd. So he moves in L shapes or J shapes, and capital L, capital J, and they can be looking down, they can be looking up, they can be looking backwards, they can be looking correctly. As you can see here, but these little red dots show where he can move. This is going to be the, we could also say 7. We could say 7. So L, J, and 7. Because, backward 7. This is this one. So he moves in L shapes, which is 2 spaces, and then another one perpendicular to the last space, I guess. Does that make sense? Horizontal? No, because sometimes it's vertical. So he's able to jump over his pieces where, like, nothing else on the board can jump over pieces. If there's items in the way, let's say like this bishop, right? And there's a white pawn right here. This bishop can't go past his own pawn. And like a black pawn, he can't go past that black pawn. He'll capture it, but he can't go past it. This guy jumps pieces. He does not care. He goes 1, 2, and then he'll go this way. Let's say if he's over here, right? If he's right here, let's put him in a spot here. We're gonna play just a little bit, just so you can see. If we're gonna move him, we're gonna put him right there. And now look, so he's in the middle of the board, right? Oh, he wants to go. If he's in the middle of the board, see where he can go. All the spaces are lit up now. He can go 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, and of course I could take that guy. I play chess very, very aggressively, so I would 100% sacrifice this knight for that knight because I'm playing a really easy computer. I know he's not going to beat me, so I would take that knight just so I deprive him of having a super strong unit. But what could I also do is I could just move a pawn here. Sorry, I had to step away, and now I've completely forgotten where I was. But I guess if we just go back, to counting the horse moves, which is horse, the knight, which is 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1. Wait, he can also go up 1, right? So up 1, then 1, 2. You don't have to go 2 first, and then 1. You can go, 1 and then 2. He's a very versatile unit. If you're good at chess, your knights are gonna operate awesomely. If you're not good at chess, they're gonna be terrible and they're gonna be an impediment. But that's much later. Right now, we're just worried about him moving, and he's the hardest guy to move on this entire board. He's the most difficult piece, and if you can learn the 1, 2, 1 or 1, 1, 2, you figured him out. That's it. Because everything else, super easy. Watch it, and I'll teach you now. This guy, right? The next to the knight, right? If we're going to most important, we went least important, right? The most important, which is the king, and then we have the bishop, right? Kind of important, very important. This is the rook or the castle, super important. Why? Because he goes up, and across, up and across the whole way. Just like the bishop, he'll be a white bishop on black squares his entire life. Same with this guy, white bishop on white squares his entire life. This guy, up and down, left and right, the whole board until he touches another piece or runs into his own people. Doesn't care. So he can go all the way up. He can go all the way left. Let's say he's right here. He can go all the way down. He can go all the way left, all the way right, all the way up, all the way down. The rook, very, very important piece because it's super easy to checkmate, is what they call when you're about to capture this king, with a rook and like one other piece. Super important. However, there is still one piece even more important than the rook. And it's the queen. Of course, the king's lady, the most powerful piece on the board. The most powerful. The same powers of the rook and the bishop. The queen, the queen can go diagonal all the way, can go left to right just like the rook. Doesn't move like the knight, but super, super powerful. Like, the moment you get a chance to take the queen out, take the queen out. Because the king can only move one space at a time. However, he can move in any direction he wants to, one at a time. However, he can only move one space at a time. So let's play this out a little bit. Hold on, can I reset this? Is there a way to? If I hit escape, can I? We're going to resign real quick. We're going to resign that game. We're just going to, and then black wins, of course. I quit. Well, I'm losing ELO. My ranking. Okay, that's fine. Let's go back 10 spaces. Here we go. All right, here we go. We'll play it from here. So we're going to start with our pawns. Just real quick, I'm just going to move in one space. He's going to move up. He can move 2, but he can't anymore. Then we're going to move this bishop out here. And this bishop on the black spaces is now forever destined to stay on the black space. We'll do the same thing with this bishop right here. There we go. Now we've got our bishops able to move all the way out here. Look at this. Isn't this crazy? Now we're going to head and we've got our bishops here. And in fact, if I wanted to, I could start taking pieces out because these bishops have moved out. See, watch. This bishop moves along these diagonals like this. I've captured that piece. You don't think I'll take that? Like, see what I've done here is the bishop moves diagonal on all of these spaces, and I managed to capture a pawn, and now I'm free to take this bishop, or remember what the value of the pieces are, right? Most important, super, super duper important, kind of important, very important, super important. I'm going to lose this bishop, but I'm going to take somebody with me. Or I'll take everybody with me and end up in check. And then they'll have to kill me with their knight. So you saw how the bishop moves. Let's go ahead and get some knight play in. So we're moving 2 up, 2 down. And here we have an excellent opportunity to show off how the pawns attack. This pawn hasn't moved, right? He can only attack off the diagonals. So here we go. We're just going to send that pawn to kill that horsey, as Juliet would call it. And he's moved his horsey down here closer, thinking that he's going to get violent with these pawns. However, I have a knight right here. And how does the knight move? 1, 1, 2, right? So we're going to 1, 1, 2, and we're going to take that guy. And look, all he's got left is a bishop and a rook. I have handled everything else on this board so far. So I guess now we'll just move this rook out. Really, you could castle with this. Will it allow us to castle? No, don't worry about it. Anyways, this guy, see the red dots? Moves all of this way. Like if I were to move him up here, right? I'll show you here. Now he can move all of this way. Pretty cool, right? I bet you if we do this, watch this. We're going to move him up right here. He doesn't have to take people, right? He's free to clean house all by himself. Oh, look at that. There's a queen here. So what he wants to do is use this queen to start taking my chess pieces over here. However, what I can do is I can put his king in check. And placing things in check means that he either has to address the piece that's about to take his king, which would be him if I move him here, or he has to move his king. So what we're going to do, we're going to do 2 things. I'm going to move my rook, not my rook, I'm going to move my knight into position to protect this pawn right here. And now I have to do something else because I don't want to lose this. Let's see here. Hold on. What can I do here? I bet you that there's a way out of this. I just don't have a good option. So here we go. We're going to do this. We're going to do this. It's fine. We're going to put this here. Oh, cool. No, we're not going to do that. It's okay. Go back here. Let's do... I'm going to lose this night. It's what's going to happen. There is not a good way for me to protect this knight. I have fallen... Oh, no. Yes, there is. Here we go. Yeah. She is, see how powerful she is? She flew all the way down here. Now she's just kind of killing everything. Well, now I'm blocking her ability to kill my king. And now I'm going to take that queen. What a weird move. Okay, that's called a castling. Well, we're not talking about that today. Like, this wasn't, I wasn't even supposed to play a match, and here I am playing a match. So let's get our other queen. Let's get our queen into the mix. Let's see if this happens. Yes, this is exactly what I want to do. Yes, thank you. And then I'm going to come up here. I'm going to put the king in check. Look, I can capture him next turn. This character comes in to protect him. We're going to now use our rook to clean up baby pawns. And then bring in fire support. Like this. Like that. Dude is running out of pieces here. And we're gonna have checkmate right now. Watch. Checkmate. Checkmate is you see, hold on, let me show you real quick. So right here, go back one. If I move this guy here, I can capture the king if he can't beat me here. And that's exactly what happened, right? So he moves here, and I move this rook here, and now I can capture that king, and he can't do anything about it because of the queen. I know, like, this was a bit crazy, right? Because we went from just talking about the pieces to an actual game, and it was not a very good game, and I stopped really explaining what was happening. But really, chess is just trying to think a couple moves ahead. So if you're like, well, if I move here, he's going to do this, and then if he does this, I can do this, and doing that, and then just figuring out how to move your knight. But anyways, that's playing chess on Chess Ultra. I'll see you in another one if I decide to play chess again. But I'm bad. I'm rusty. Anyways, bye.